Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, everybody, what's good? Welcome to Live Wire Sports Media WNBA pre-draft watch party. So we had a lot of news today. Some things I couldn't keep up with because I was out doing errands, running appointments and stuff like that. But we did get a trade today with Washington, believe the Washington Mystics and the Minnesota Lynx. They trade a 2026 first round pick to the Mystics for Carly Simonson, Katie Lou's sister. So um I hate to say, but the Minnesota Lynx, they doing everything they can to keep themselves relevant. You know, they still got stars over there. They want to add depth and everything. They knew that last year they didn't have enough, so they trying to match what Indiana and the New York Liberty are doing so far. So, but with that being said, me personally, I think that I think that for the Indiana Fever, I did a video last night on it. I kind of want to see if they could add bench depth. That's what I want to see. If they could add some bench depth, that was kind of like the weakness of the team last year, not having a lot of bench productive production. Now I know that we have Sydney Colson, we have Sophie Cunningham, we have Lexi Hall, we have Damaris Johnson. Now, if you look at it, how much points off the bench are you really going to get? What's going on, Kent? He said, I watched others, and as I thought every one of them down playing Caitlin Clark. Pretty good. Um, I think that another thing that we have to look at too is that we do got Bree Turner. She's I mean, Bree is going to be just defense. Um, I think that the fact of the matter is that they really need to like add two pieces. Even though we got two people in training camp contracts that might not make the team, but I gave my thoughts on last night on last night video that I did. So we're gonna see. I'm kind of looking to see what the Indiana Fever is going to do with the two picks, the 19th and 20th. Now, excuse me, I feel like they could package them and move up in in the first round to get what they need. Um, they I feel like at the end of the day they could have um stay pat, but who knows? Um, I don't know. I'm waiting to see. There's been a lot of movement, you know, a lot of movement going on. Kathy Ingeberg, she spoke a little bit. I'll probably do a video on that later, or what she was talking about. You know, she kind of like shared her thoughts on Arrival. I think they had asked her about Paige, and she said she already knew that Paige was going to sign with Arrival and everything like that. Which Paige signed what 3 year deal worth over 330 or 350,000. So, I mean, that's 3 years. That's equal to almost a million. And they was going to give Caitlin Clark a million flat out for one season. So, go figure on that. But I want to hear y'all thoughts on everything and just trying to see where y'all head is at and everything and who y'all think the Fever going to draft. Me personally, it's going to be very interesting. like I said, I did a video on it last night. So hopefully, all of them things that I really look and see. Sorry, I have a little bronchitis cold a little bit going on with me, so just bear with me today. So we only like 4 minutes away before the WNBA draft kickoff. So I got it right in front of me, and we're gonna chill out and see what it does. Mm. That's a pretty good take by a pretty good take by Haley Van Lith. She said that if she had entered the draft early in her career, she probably wouldn't have been as mentally strong or as developed as she is now. So experience does matter, staying a little bit longer, but sometimes if you're not as skilled and developed as like how Juju is, who wants to come out early, then it makes sense for you to stay to develop a little bit more to have that experience. They're talking to Haley about about the little viral video of her looking all mean in the photo that they did today. So that's kind of funny because I think that Haley, she probably was just probably tired. Sometimes you probably look tired and not really pay attention to what's really going on and everything like that. So it's what it is. Mm. I hope they don't do too much talking and you know wasting time and really try to get into the draft and detail everything like that. Oh, we got like 30 something seconds left, so we about to it's about to kick off. So all right, finally, we can get this started. I want to. I can't remember. I can't remember. Did it was the draft in New York last year also? I think it was. I wonder why they don't move it around like how the NBA or the NFL does their draft.
to the Elite Eight. All of these women ready to shine on center stage this evening. One player who knows what it's like to be in their shoes, the legend, Diana Taurasi, tips off our evening.
Mm.
For 28 years, legends have built this league, and now it's your turn to step into the moments that will define your life. Every sprint, every tear, and every buzzer beat has led you to this night. With first pick, your name is called. The game you love will become your profession. I've dreamed this moment since I was in second grade. What will you do with this opportunity? Lift the trophy, build a dynasty, leave a legacy. Tonight, you join a community of exceptional athletes and passionate fans. It's your turn to show them what you can do. Put your own signature on the WNBA.
We welcome you to the WNBA draft.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna try to post up ESPN over here to keep a sabbatic look of each round.
How about Anissa Morrow? And you know what, Sanaya Rivers, you are correct. The WNBA been popping. That's right, Sanaya. Taking a look at the headlines for this 2025 WNBA draft. Of course, Paige Becker is fresh off a championship, projected to be the first pick to Dallas. How about the Washington Mystics? They have three of the first six selections
The
tonight.
Washington Mystics, I mean, they should come away good in this draft. I mean, they got the third, fourth, and the sixth. The only thing about it is having all them picks in the draft, and if you already have a roster that's 9, 10 already on your roster, then somebody's not going to be able to play. So, and somebody's going to get cut. That's going to be the interesting part right there.
NCAA season after an outstanding WNBA season. Momentum just keeps rolling for women's super.
Right, we've had elite level play on the court in the WNBA for almost 3 decades now, but the explosion in the popularity has changed over the course of the last year and a half. And now we're adding to both of those things.
They got the Chicago Sky picking 10th, 11. They got them picking Sonya Fagan and Haley Van Lit. I mean, yeah. And Sanaya Rivers going to Dallas. That's the projection pick right there.
Third most in spread followers. Ryan, I love the word that you use in momentum, right? And what I'm excited
And they
about is
got
the momentum to continue
at
to build
19, they got
faster and faster. We think about
ESPN got the Indiana Fever picking Harmony Turner. Now that's an interesting name because I was thinking about that today, especially coming off the bench and having um really good excuse me, really good off the bench help because a lot of people kept saying that hey, it might be Lucy Olsen or you know or some other like people I had as well on my little list last night. Um, but and then they have them at 20 picking the young Gatson out of Auburn as a power forward. Now a lot of other places have them picking Anastasia from overseas. She's right now she's what 19, 20. So if she's 19, she can't play until next year. If she's 20, she could actually play in the NBA this year. So so that's gonna be interesting. And then they also had the Mystics picking Maddie Westbell out of Notre Dame. I'm not so high on her. I'm really not so high on her because I think she kind of cost them. She kind of cost them Notre Dame a little title run. They had a good flow going before they can brought her back. Should have kept brought her off the bench. And then the third round they got the Samara Spencer out of Tennessee Port Guard. So I don't know if that's gonna hold true or not. We'll see.
What this night is all about, Holly, no doubt about it. Time
I finally get to see Paige dress. Excuse me. It's finally get to see Paige dressed like a young lady down, like a little tomboy all the time. Get to see her in a different attire. Here comes Dead Bird, Kathy Engelberg. What's going on? What's going on, VVS? New guard in, old guard out. Yes, sir. It's time to push these the old guards out the league. Bring on this fresh talent to take over and have a new beginning, like the NBA kind of like you still holding on to LeBron and KD and all of them over there, but all that young talent is coming in and pushing them out. So I want to see all this young talent, regardless of who you like. From Caitlin Page, Angel, whoever. I want to see all these young talent push out and take over the league. Where them the young, I mean, the old talent have to really fight for a spot. They have to really fight to stay in the league, to stay relevant. That's why I look at it. Because this, I mean, you think about it. You got well from Aaliyah to Caitlin, now Paige. You have Juju and all the other ones that's coming, Laura Betts and all of them. All that wave is going to continue to push out the older players in the league. There's not going to be a spot for them, to be honest with you. They're going to try to hold on to roster spots and stuff like that, Olympic spots, but this young talent is going to take over the league, and it's going to be refreshing to see. And hopefully, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the league would get more recognized and better placement. And honestly, I want them to replace the commissioner. I just think that she's not good for the league. Even though she tried to say some of the good things and everything like that, I really want her going. I mean, I think we need somebody with a innovative mind like a Roger Goodell, how he does in the NFL, and she just don't seem innovative. She looks like she's scared. She reminds me of Adam Silver in the NBA. Timid.
semifinals last year, struggle changes a general manager and head coach with Bert Miller, critical finest failures of
V said, "Them vets know how to play the system to get those contracts over the new players." Yep, and yet the commissioner can go, and yeah, the commissioner can go, man. Yeah, all they were doing is trying to get over on the new vets. That's why if you go back and look at the deal that they got for the old CBA or the CBA they just opt out of, they knew that they was not going to give the Leo Boston and Caitlin Clark rookie class more money. They wanted the money for themselves, and that's what they got. Got paid for themselves. Now with the wave that Caitlin Clark brought in last year, into the league. Now they sitting there talking about, oh, we want what we deserve. But when you pretty much was shitting on the rookies in the past, you know what I'm saying? So now they sitting there talking about, oh, we want what we deserve, and they want to dictate what they want and what they want for the league. You're not going to even be in the league that long to get all of that. Look at Diana Taurasi. She had to play 20 years in the league, and still she she what she won NBA titles, she won Olympic gold medals, but she didn't get paid no more than what she did. For her to be in the league that long, she should have been the main one fighting for equi- equity and equality for the league. I would be surprised if Peyton's gonna be the number one pick, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think she'd be the number one pick. Here go Kathy again. Ugh.
With the first pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Dallas Wings select Paige Beckers, University of Connecticut.
Do you hear this crowd? Do y'all listen to this? There's no excitement. Nothing. Go back to last year when Caitlin Clark name got called and how that place erupted in there. It's just like, oh, wow.
Paige Beckner's teammates over here taking it in. She is officially the #1 pick of the 2025 WNBA draft.
And you saw her.
And just imagine how fast this came about. Last 2 weeks ago, the NCAA just ended. Now you got a week with um now the draft, and then next couple of weeks training camp. I mean, I hope she have a good season. A lot of people saying that she might not even be rookie of the year. A lot of people picking Dominique Malonga, and a lot of people saying Kiki Arifin. They might have a chance to be rookie of the year. I if Olivia Miles had came out this year, I had her as my rookie of the year. I had her hands down rookie of the year and everything like that. The only way Paige, I mean, if the only way Paige be she gets to be rookie of the year is that Kiki doesn't start, she doesn't play much, and Dominique doesn't play much. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that that's the only way. And Paige will have to put up she'll have to put up some numbers, you know, kind of like close to what Caitlyn did to solidify the rookie of the year. If it's a three-way race down the line, and I don't think she'll win it.
And to be here right now, I'm just extremely blessed. It's just like touching your heart. Like this is real. This really happened. That young woman that has worked so hard. You haven't had everything easy. Tell me how you fought through the hardest times to still be here, standing here against all odds. Through my faith, through God's purpose, through my teammates, my family, the strength and conditioning staff. Everybody's invested a lot in me, and part of me wanting to give back to them is show that I can be better, and all that their hard work helped me get to this stage. So
Yeah, don't vest. Yeah, Kathy already put it out on the new on some crap refer as last year's single out Caitlin Moore. She gets the shitty calls, rack up the fouls, hence put her out the game. Yeah, they did. They did. Me personally, I wanted to hear Kathy Ingeberg pretty much say something about the refereeing, changing the system, making sure that they held accountable for making bad calls. You just seen Roger Goodell fire 3 referees in the league in the NFL, and that just pretty much set the put every referee on notice going into the NFL season. Now you got to be straight, and this is what they need to do. These referees need to be held accountable. There is no way in the world that Caitlin Clark should have had that many technical fouls. There's no way that she shouldn't have not get half of the foul calls. I understand she's the #1 rookie in the class. I don't care if you're an ordinary rookie. You should get a foul call. She shoots threes and get knocked down and don't get an and one or get a foul call for that. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be interesting this year to see how um how they gonna handle the refereeing on Caitlin Clark this year, because you best believe if you paid attention to the Diane Taurasi and Sue Bird show a few weeks back when Caitlin Clark was on there, and they asked her how many texts she's gonna get, she said two, but I think she's gonna get more than two, because if there's some bad calls, she's gonna express it, and that's the only way that you can express them calls to make the referee say, hey, I need to get them calls, because she gets hit too many times. We already seen it in the finals where they gave that final call to um Breonna Stewart to take that game away from the Minnesota Lynx, but the Minnesota Lynx should have won that game anyway. Yeah, it does depends on how the players be used. FIFA got to get a better whistle this season. Veteran coach of the year, and veteran players, and CC has proved herself. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that because I don't think Stephanie White is going to allow um Caitlin Clark not to get fouls called the calls that she need for fouls. I think Stephanie White is going to be more animated than Chrissy Size was. Chrissy Size just sat there on the sideline just like this the whole time, just looking. And then it took a press conference for her to really say something and say, "Oh, I don't need Caitlin Clark getting text. I'm gonna get text," and she only got one tech. She didn't stand up for her after that. She only got one tech just to make it look good in front of her fans and us, and then went right back to being the same old Chrissy Size. So I think Stephanie White is not going to allow that to happen at all. I think she's going to be more animated and be in the referee's pocket.
Of the 2025 draft, mom with tears in her eyes as the Beckers family celebrates this historic evening. Paige Becker is now a member of the Dallas Wings and a member of the WNBA.
I remember when we would play rival teams and see coaches chewing out the referees as we would be like, damn, which size? Yep, you right about that. I mean, because size will sit there, she just sits there. She just sits there and be looking like, okay, whatever. All right, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. And, and guess what? And nothing gets done. you know, and you see, time and time again, you saw either Kayla Clark or Leo Boston fussing with the referees all year long about a call, and they don't, and they never get it.
D changed the game for everyone. It's the game that I played since I was 7. It's all the things I love to do. And now it's playing the game basketball.
Well, Diana Taurasi, I don't know if anyone's catching those 6 gold medals. That's for
All
sure.
right, they need to speed this up a little bit. They dragging too much. They showing too much of highlights or whatever the case might be. They showing too much.
First is her greatness, but second is her longevity. I mean, her draft class was years ago. I worked that draft. You were a toddler. Like, it's remarkable what she
You notice something? I wonder if y'all noticed this or not. When they talk about UConn, great players of UConn, they don't mention Rebecca Lobo a lot. They go to Diana Rossi, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Breonna Stewart, and now Paige Beckers. If I remember, Rebecca Lobo was the truth back then because you had that rivalry between her and Lisa Leslie at that time. And I don't understand why Rebecca Lobo don't get a lot of love from UConn than the others. That's something I hope y'all really been paying attention to. I've been paying attention to that a lot. And I think because Rebecca Lobo don't rock with them like that, she has her own thing and she speaks a lot of truth. She doesn't favor one player over the another, and especially she's a huge Caitlin Clark supporter. So maybe that's one of the reasons why. So I think to me, I've been paying attention to that. I've been seeing that, and I love Rebecca Lobo. Being honest, if I'm not a huge, I don't like UConn. I don't like Gino Elrema at all. I don't like him at all. I always been a huge Pat Summitt fan, Tennessee and everything. But Rebecca Lobo is probably one of my favorite players. Because she never was egotistic. She never act like she was better than anybody. She showed a lot of people grace and love and everything like that. A lot of five. You got five players full goal the draft this year. If all five of them players had came out this year, this draft would have been totally different. Olivia Miles probably would have been the number two pick, or Laura Betts would probably been the number two pick. This draft got changed by them five players. If them five players had came out, but now you got them jockeying for a better, to be in a better draft next year.
Has the potential to be an absolute matchup nightmare. Her size, her mobility, the athleticism. She is truly one of the best available.
I ain't gonna lie, Dominique Mwonga, she's nice. They show video on her on X of her, drop step and dunking the ball. I mean, she's like Wimby. She's like the female Wimby.
The Seattle Storm select Dominique Malunga from France.
This crowd is dead, man. This crowd is so dead. Wow. This crowd is dead. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all on it. This crowd is dead. I hear more. I hear more crickets in the morning, waking up in the morning, than I hear this crowd cheering these players on. They should be out of their seat. This is ridiculous. I like Dominique Malonga, but I don't think she's gonna get a lot of playing time in Seattle though, because they got Izzy, they got all of them. She's not gonna really get that much playing time. I think if Necker moves on, she'll be able to take that spot. But I don't think she's gonna be able to get enough playing time over there. Oh yeah, they definitely toxic. Oh, they toxic over there, man. But one thing I have said, I said this a lot. Even though Paige got drafted by the Dallas Wings, she only thing she got to do is last 4 years with them, and then go play somewhere else. Play to where she wants to play at. Like probably wants to go to Seattle. Maybe she wanted to go to LA, but she might just wait out them 4 years and say boom, because that what happened to Stewie. She played there with Sue Bird, and then eventually went to New York. She's from New York, so I mean, it's fitting for her. But you know what? The the storm ain't going nowhere anyway. I mean, she's 19 years old, so she's not going to even play this year. She said no act. Well, she's the first international player that got picked in the top five. So she's 19, so she won't even play this year anyway. She won't be playing until next year. So that's. I mean, so we ain't gotta worry about her. We probably won't see her till next year. So, and that's the sad thing about the whole situation, is that these players won't play this year. If they 19, you won't see them until next year. And then you got to think about this too. She with the two expansion teams, Portland and Toronto, coming next year, you'll have to core these players to protect them from the expansion draft. That's another thing that you're gonna have to worry about too, because the more that they add these teams into there, they have to protect these players where they don't get poached. So it's tough.
Congratulations to Dominique, also getting Holly to flex her French here.
I really thought Atlanta Dunedin was going to play one more season, and there was a lot of buzz about her coming to the Indiana Fever, or the Indiana Fever was looking at her, and she didn't give her the Washington Mystics told her to take her time on her decision. So, but she was a and she said Atlanta Dunedin said she could have went to She could have went to UConn, but she went to Delaware. But look what she did for herself. She stand out.
Size. So we just talked about Dominique Malunga, right? Obviously had 6'6". Elena Deladon, not exactly 6'6", but versatility, guard skills, her size. Elena Deladon really gave a great example of now what we're seeing from so many players. And you bring up the efficiency with Paige Beckers because she is probably the best chance we have to be the next 50, 40, 90 player in the WNBA. And to see that from a 6'4" talent like Elena Deladon, we're going to miss watching her play.
All right, so from one Mystics legend to
I
now.
don't. I disagree with Rebecca Lobo on that. I don't think Paige Becker's going to have the best chance to be a 50, 40, 30. I think Caitlin Clark is going to be the next one because Paige doesn't assist the ball enough for me to be considered a 50, 40, 30 person. And then she don't shoot efficiently from 3 points like that. She could get her 2 points, but I don't think she's going to be that 50, 40 person. I think Caitlin Clark is going to be the first 50, 40 person. So,
The Mystics are setting the table for the rest of the first round because they have 3 of the next 4 picks. And what's really interesting when you're trying to look at what their proposed starting lineup is going to be, those 3 are
wow.
easy, and then you don't know who are they
If
going to
they,
pick.
if,
What
to
do you think?
me,
You want to be the
I
first
think they're
pick
gonna
in the
trade Shanika Austin because if they get Kiki Airfin, they could put Kiki in her spot, and they still got 2 more picks. They got the third, fourth, and the sixth, and they could get 2 guards. They could get their first. They could get Kiki right now. That's and then you're gonna have a really good young starting five.
2025 WNBA draft. The Washington Mystics select Sonia Citron,
Wow.
University of Notre Dame.
Well, Sonya, she most likely gonna start in that because they got 2 guard spots that they need to fill. So Sonya will start automatically. But like I said, they got the number 4 pick as well.
How much would absolutely be the fit for Washington
They
at
got the number 4 pick as well. So I feel like
To
they
Chicago.
probably get Kiki with the number 4 pick.
Type of player, a two-way threat. That is Sonia Citron. Sonia Citron is an all-around player. She
She
affects
didn't play well down the stretch, those regular season and in the tournament. She didn't play well. That's who a lot of us thought that the Fever was gonna get at number 7 before they did it. But
Sonia Citron is a rookie, but she plays so
so see they got on ESPN they had the Mystics picking Kiki Airfriend number 3. Then they had them picking up Sonya at number 4. So and then they got the Golden State Valkyries getting Anisha Morrow and then Cheyenne Sellers to the Mystics. So the it it doesn't matter how the Mystics pick, they're gonna get their pick. Now they pass on Kiki. I think the Valkyries will get Kiki.
Well, she is the pride of Eastchester and Westchester. You're a New York girl. What is it like for you to have this moment not far from where you grew up playing basketball?
Yeah, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I think what makes it so special is that I get to do it in front of my friends and family since I am from here. So, I mean, I wouldn't be here without them. So, I mean, I'm just happy I get to share this moment with them.
William,
That must be her brother because they look just alike.
you got drafted higher than he did in the NFL. So shout out to the girls. I know they've all poured into you and made you such a special player. What are you grateful for?
Yeah, I mean, just grateful for all their support, all the time that they invested into me. I mean, my family, my friends, my coaches, they believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and I just, again, I wouldn't be here without them. So.
Okay, very quick. Coach Ivy, these are the words she said about you. Blue, poise, scoring threat, all 3 levels, jack of all trades, best on-ball defender. And that is a team that included Hannah Hidalgo. You really can do everything. How can you do that in the W?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep working hard, keep trying to get better, and I mean, I have amazing women to learn from in the league. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep trying to play both sides of the ball, and just be myself.
Right off the ball, too. You're going to be great.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to Sonia, and for those interested in New York geography, Eastchester is in Westchester. Taking a look at the best event.
Jojo Morrow, Anisha Morrow, Cheyenne Rivers, Anisha James. They was talking about Anissa. I guess that's what James. They was talking about her going to the Fever as well as one of the guards. But I think, but Kiki she's about to get picked though. Because the thing about it is, if you think about the Washington Mystics, they could have a young starting five, a really young starting five easily. Because the fact of the matter is, they could get rid of injury prone Austin. They could trade her, or they might end up cutting her. You know what I'm saying? Or they could probably bench her and have her as a backup and put somebody that really, because you think about it with Kiki.
In the 2025 WNBA draft, the Washington Mystics select Okikiola Iriafen, University of Southern California.
So it didn't matter if Kiki went third or fourth. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. They own the two picks back to back. So
So you get the versatile guard. Now you get the versatile post. Lindsey Gottlieb, her coach soaking it all in. And one thing we've seen from Kiki as well, she has had some of her best performances.
I swear, this crowd is so dead, man. I I can't believe how dead this crowd is. This crowd is like really dead.
Yes, certainly. I mean, she's got great size, build for her position. She's an exciting athlete. She's improved tremendously, Ryan, over the course of her college career.
And it's crazy because Kiki played at Stanford with Cameron Brink.
Facing the basket, has a shot out to 17 feet, can drive.
Matter of fact, I think Laura Betts played at Stanford too before she went to UCLA. So they had talent over there at Stanford. I think that's the year that they won the national title. So
Kiki goes forth, and she is with Holly Rowe.
You said you're so excited. You have no words right now, but I hope you have some for us. This journey, you told me a little earlier, has not been exactly what you envisioned. What are you proud of the way you've handled the journey and the ups and downs that come with it? I've just been resilient. There's been a lot in my last season, and I just trusted the process. I'm a woman of faith, so I just trust in God. I was very prayerful, and so I'm getting a little nervous. But I'm just super grateful to be here.
yeah, this is
I give all the glory to God. You really did. You really did have to reinvent yourself at times throughout your college career, and at every moment you've been able to shine. I know you're shining brighter than ever. You wanted to talk about your dress tonight. We don't always do that with everyone, but it was important to you, right? Yes, I wanted to look good. I wanted to feel good. This dress was designed by Nigerian designer Nneka Alexander, and I just wanted to show off my culture on this big stage. I know you're in the audience, and they are also showing off their beautiful culture as well. What do you say to your mom and your dad? I know your grandparents are in Nigeria.
man, that crowd is so dead right now. I mean, it's like if you look at like I said, if you look at last year, it was more live. It was more. I mean, it didn't matter who was there. You had all of them. The crowd would cheer and and everything. This crowd is so dead. It's like, man, it made me want to go to sleep. This is why I said it. The NFL draft moved faster than this. I'm serious. The NFL draft moved faster than this. This is like so slow paced. It. We Well, how many picks in the first round?
I see no second here, too.
Well, 10, 12 picks, and we only on number what, 4? Good grief. I am tripping. Am I tripping, or was there more people at the last one? I think they charged more for the tickets for this one. They crazy if they did then, because the fact of the matter is, you was not gonna get the same impact that you had last year because the viewership. I mean, you probably gonna get people to tune in, but if the if if people watching it right now, looking and say, oh, well, the crowd is dead, it's boring, I ain't even watch it. Some people are track it online and everything like that, then the viewership is going to be bad because it's not going to touch no way, form or fashion what it did last year. And then they probably did charge more tickets because the biggest name you have in this draft is Paige Beckers. You don't have anybody other bigger. If you had somebody like a Laura Betts or say Fly J. Johnson or Olivia Miles in the draft, then it probably would have been a little bit more appealing. But you don't have them. So therefore, it's like, yeah, some of these other players are okay, but that's it. Once Paige got picked, that's pretty much it. Everybody's just watching just to see their teams get picked, and then they're gonna move on. I'm just waiting to the second round so I can see what the Fever pick the second and third round, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, and then I'll do a breakdown video of the players that they pick. He said, "I'm not watching the broadcast till Fever picks come up." Yeah, I know, right? So that's what I'm waiting for. But they need to move along. I just seen Ariana Rupert play overseas last night. If nobody get to see the Euro League, you could get it. You could watch it free on sign up free on Daz, who sponsors boxing, Daz TV, and I watch both of them. I watch um the one team with Gabby Williams Doom, and then the other team with um shoot, I can't remember the girl name now. She played for New York. But
to watch and be mesmerized with the ball. And I'm a little biased from the guard position, but truly, when we think about some of the guards, we talked about Georgia Amore. She is so fun to watch.
I wonder if the Valkyries gonna pick Anisha Morrow. I'm trying to.
When you're starting a franchise, to me, that is a great piece to start with.
Yeah, certainly when you look at this team and what they have on the roster.
Dang, the first expansion team in the W since 2008. They were the first team in history to sell 10,000 season tickets. Well, it's gonna be disappointing if they don't have a winning season. Or they will play their home games at Chase Center with a Golden State Warriors player. And that's good. They need to move on. We got like what, 7 picks left?
In the 2025 WNBA draft, the Golden State Valkyries select Juste Yochite from Lithuania.
What? Dang. Dang. They. Oh, this the first shakeup. So they went foreign. They went international.
Is a dynamic, electrifying guard. She is a lefty. She can get into the paint. The way that she scores.
They need a guard play. Dang, I thought they was gonna pick Anisha Moore. And now check this out. The next pick is the Washington Mystics. Should they go with at least Anisha Moore? I mean that she so, but that's going to be crazy because if Anisha Morrow don't get picked, then the Connecticut Sun could pick her. Wow, that could shake up. That could be a good shake up right there because they had the Connecticut Sun picking Aja Savic, who I wanted the Fever to get at that number 7 spot, and that's where they gave that pick to them. Just Juste, Jayaste. I can't even pronounce her name. She's from Lithuania, but she's 19 years old, so she won't even play this year either. That's what I think the Fever going to end up doing. I think they're going to draft overseas players. I just have this feeling they're going to draft overseas players because I don't think there's anybody besides Aja Savic in this draft that they really want that has versatility like that. And probably the girl from Michigan State, Matilda Eck. She's a really good 3-point shooter. I did a video on her last night. I think that she could be very electric and help them. So the Fever might end up picking her, and that's what they need. They need more scoring, especially off the bench. So I won't be surprised if Matilda Eck get picked for the Fever. I do like Harmony Turner though. I would love to see Harmony Turner get picked by the Fever. Her skill set really would be good. She can run the floor. She could shoot from three. She good in the mid range area as well, and that would be a good backup to Kelsey Mitchell, a young backup to Kelsey Mitchell. So it'll be interesting when the Fever pick though.
Draft, the Washington Mystics select Georgia A. Moore, University of Kentucky.
Wow, that that's crazy. Cause they had the Sparks picking Georgia Amore. Now check this out. The the Connecticut Sun picked the next two times. Could they pick Haley Van Lee? Yeah, wow. That's what I'm saying. Two shakeups already in this draft. And they got Chicago picking Haley Van Lint over there. I don't think she would want to. I can't see her playing with in the Chicago Sky. That's another dysfunctional franchise. Now Chicago Sky could get Anisha Moore. I think they're gonna go for Anisha Moore now because and they could bypass her, and then you got Cheyenne Sellers that was supposed to go there. They could pick her too. It's gonna be interesting now. All of these shakeups is starting to come in place, and the Golden State Backeries was the first ones to do the shakeup.
She's only 5'6", but she was able to get her shots off against some of the bigger defenders in the SEC this year. Had career highs.
So what I'm thinking is, so if I'm looking,
You look at the three picks that they took already here.
some better clean up. They got back-to-back picks. Give me Haley Van Lith for more. Yeah, me personally, I would take Haley Van Lith and Anisha Moore back to back. I wouldn't even leave no room for nobody else to pick anybody. Then, to me, I'll let if I was the Fever, if they know that Aja Savik goes don't get picked and she goes all the way down towards the second round, if I was them, I will move up into the second round. I will move up. I will try to make a trade with the Dallas Wings for number four, move from to number 14 for 19 to all the way up. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But the Washington Mystics got a pretty young squad. You know what I'm saying? So now they got both their guards, and then they got. I want my Tipson from Florida, man. That would be the. Oh yeah, I ain't thought about her either. I haven't thought about her either. She definitely would be. She would be nice. She definitely would be nice.
All right, thanks for showing them off, Russell Westbrook. Good job showing off the quads. Thank you.
Terrific stuff.
Mm-mm.
Meanwhile, the Connecticut Sun are
Let's see what the Connecticut Sun gonna do when they come back.
a very different Connecticut Sun team. You take a look at their starting lineup from game 5.
All starting five gone. All that's crazy. Hey, that coach wasn't playing. He ain't one of them. That coach was not playing when he came to Connecticut. He like, nah, I don't want none of them. Well, anyway, DeWanna Barnes was a free agent anyway. Brianna Jones, she was a free agent. DJ Carrington probably was the only one that wasn't a free agent. Everybody else was a free agent. So they got Tina Charles, Marina Red, Lindsay Allen, Diana DeShields, and Olivia Nelson Alder. Wow. Boy, that's an ugly that's an ugly starting lineup. Good gracious, boy. That starting lineup gonna get roasted in the league. Mm-mm. They gonna get roasted, boy. Team's gonna blow them out. They're gonna. Whew. And they told Marina Mabry, "You're not going nowhere. You staying right here. You're not going nowhere."
For Connecticut to still have success, but maybe it looks a little different than we've ever seen.
All right, let's see who is headed to Mohegan. We find out right now from Kathy Engelbert back to the podium with the seventh pick of this year's draft.
With the seventh pick in the 2025
Wow. All right. VVS. Let's see. Yep. There you go. Yes. They could. I mean, Connecticut would have been crazy not to get her.
Celebrates
She looks just like her mom.
after going 7 overall to the Connecticut Sun. And it's funny, Dre, you talk about the personality of the Connecticut Sun, and Anissa Morrow really fits into that mold of that tough grinder.
Yep.
An incredible collegiate career.
Well, when you think about drafting players right now, and when you think about a team that is starting new, you want to bank on the things you can count on, and you want to bank on what.
Yeah.
What is
You definitely do.
they have a player that is going to work relentlessly, undersized.
I like Anisha Moore. She just should have been a little bit taller. She should have been like 6'2" to me. 6'2", 6'3". She'd have been nice. But she played the hard defense and she could rebound though. She hustled, man.
Skills to finish around the rim, work.
I ain't gonna lie. she I ain't gonna lie, she works. She's a worker, man. She's not bad at all. I like her.
I'm really fascinated by Anissa Morrow in her game. She averaged just under 19 points a game this past season, 13 and a half rebounds per game, led the nation in that, 5 offensive rebounds per game. To see one young
Yeah, she does play bigger for her height for sure. I mean, I like a play. I love a player like that that can really bust tail under the rim. Just imagine her battling Angel Reese this year under there for rebounds. Ooh, that's gonna be something to watch right there.
and I look at the table that you're sitting at. Your parents were great athletes at Nebraska. Even your grandma Julia played basketball. How has this family poured into you to make you the athlete and competitor that you are?
They challenge me every day to work as hard as I
Last
possibly
season she
can.
had 30 double doubles, 8 more than any D1 player. Watch out, Angel Reese. Somebody gonna be challenging your rebounding. They're gonna show you how to rebound. They're gonna show you how to rebound and put back, not 60 rebounds in one tip.
Kristen Mulkey said something to me this year that was really interesting. She said, Anissa cannot help
What's up, Frederick? What's going on, brother? Yeah, Mara is a tough baller for sure. Hey, she had 30 double doubles this past season. Oh man, I can't wait to see her battle Angel Reese when they play. I think
Learn as much as I can.
she's gonna be a beast.
that all along the way. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, Fred, let me tell you, I was talking to VVS, and this draft is so boring, man. It is it is like hell of a boring draft. I mean,
Connecticut with another pick coming up.
I get more excited from the NFL draft. This, I mean, well, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. Kayla Clark only come once in a lifetime, so you're not gonna get another Kayla Clark come through the draft. Like I was saying earlier, after Paige Beckers, that's it. After Paige Beckers, that's it. That's it. I mean, everybody else is nice, but they're not really blowing the top off the draft. Making everybody say, "Ooh, wow," So, oh, Connecticut got another pick. Let's see who they about to get now.
2025 WNBA draft. The Connecticut Sun select Sanaya Rivers from NC State.
Wow. Wow. That's a nice little move. That's a nice little move.
We've seen Sanaya Rivers help lead NC
Yeah.
State
Whoa is correct.
including the Final
Wow.
Four a season ago. A very athletic, talented lead guard, coached by Westmore at NC State, here to take in this moment.
That's
Now Sanaya headed to
Oh yeah, she ain't ready.
Sanaya Rivers, a 6'1" long
She ain't ready for Morrow. She ain't ready for her.
from NC
Moral gonna show her how to rebound and put back. You know what I'm saying? She gonna show her how to rebound, put back. You ain't gotta get all the rebounds. And she could block at her at 6'1", she could block shots. The thing about Anisha Moore, if you really look at her, she has a pretty decent wingspan. Her wingspan is pretty decent for her to be the height that she is. Woo.
And I know we're talking offense here, but there were only 3 players in D1 this past season with 100 assists, 50
She's
steals.
nice though. Rivers is nice.
And Sanaya Rivers, her ability to impact the game.
Good Lord. She is very athletic.
She is long, she's got great length. Her presence on both ends gives a lot of speed and energy to this.
She lanky. She need to hit that weight room though a little bit.
Well, Sanaya, you wanted to talk about your family tonight. Both of your parents play, Jimmy and Dee. Tell me what you want to say about your family.
I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Man, I came from riches, but I came from family of love. And just the fact that they're here supporting me, they're all in the stands, it just means the world to me. They sacrificed a lot to get me here, so I'm more than grateful.
Shout out Wilmington, right?
Shout out Wilmington.
Tell me a little bit. Every time I watch you play, I feel like you unlock something else. You've just begun to scratch the surface of what you can be. What can
I think I can be great in this league. I think I just need confidence. I think I need to be surrounded around a great team, great coaching staff. I feel like I'm versatile. I feel like I can bring whatever I need to a team, whatever they need. Defensive end, offensive end. Yeah.
That's a great mindset to have right there.
thank you?
It's not that bad so far, but I'm ready to see. Yeah, you mean 19 and 21, 19 and 20 pick. The Fever has a 19 and 20. So yeah. What do I think about the Valkyries pick? Uh for what I was looking at here on this ESPN board right here, um, they had them picking Anisha Morrow at number 5. I mean, if they really wanted a guard, they could have got Sellers, Shine Sellers. There was a not a Zizer James, but getting that girl from overseas, and she's not going to even play this year because she's 19. So therefore, they probably gonna hold her and bring her over next year. They probably core because I think some of their players on that team is 1 year deals. I think the person they probably gonna keep is Kate Martin over there and everything. So I don't know. Uh, that was a shocker to me. I didn't think they was gonna go that route, but they did. They did went that route. So um, they have to live with it. I don't know what else. I don't see them else got any more picks in the draft. I just didn't pick. Well, they do pick in the second round. They supposed to they have them picking Tina Papow. So if that holds true, then yeah. But if Tina might end up going, she might end up going early. Who knows? She might end up going early before the first round out. So now we got the Sparks. The Sparks pick next. I think the Sparks about to pick Haley Van Lint. I think they about to pick Haley Van Lint over there. I had this strong feeling Haley is about to go number 9 to the Sparks. They had them picking Georgia or more, but she already got picked. So I think they're gonna go Haley Van Lith to team her up with Cam Brink because they did play together. And then the Chicago Sky will have to figure out the next they extra pick. So it's gonna be crazy.
Countdown begins with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern.
Yeah, I think it's missing something too. I think I mean she to me I feel like she could be more because she has the athletic ability. She could dribble, she could spin. I think she needs more control of her game. You're not trying to go so she could go fast, but not too fast a little bit. So, but yeah, So I mean, I like her game. She's nice though. It's crazy because I spent more this season watching more women's basketball, college basketball than I did men and NBA. Ooh, there goes Steph White in the house. 2012 WNBA champion, assistant coach with the Indiana Fever. I've been trying to tell y'all.
Well, obviously, we've seen plenty of them this season. Stephanie White at the helm. Caitlin Clark back after being
Her brand gonna explode as she goes to. Oh yeah, if Haley's brand is about to take off, bro, for real, she's going to LA. They about to pick her. She's going to LA. I said that she's going to LA. I cannot see her dropping going to Chicago. I just don't see that. I don't see her playing with Angel Reese, but I see her playing with because her and Cam has a good relationship. You know, Cam has a good relationship with a lot of them. She's like with Caitlin Page and all of them. So they all in that little group together. I didn't even know Caitlin played with Laura Betts back in the day either. So that was kind of good to see too. But it's going to be fitting for Haley Van Lith to play with Cam Brink over there. 6 teams changed to bigger venues for Indiana. We got that scheduling conflict going on, guys.
with incredibly huge crowds. Are going to test this season before they even get to the playoffs.
The question is, will the environments be hostile or will they actually be friendly when they break to those bigger arenas?
you think about it, you have that core of Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark. You add good with those free agent acquisitions. Really interesting team. Meanwhile, another team that has not drafted yet tonight, the LA.
See, they got Rico Jackson, De'Erica Hamby, and Cam Brink. Oh, and see, the and thing about it is having Haley Van Lith back up Kelsey Plum, that would be a good fit for her. She don't have to worry about coming in and doing too much. She could learn. She could get better. And then eventually, if Kelsey Plum stay or move on, then Haley Van Lith could easily come in and take over that team and be the point guard for that team.
That graphic that have broken through. Kelsey Plum and De'Erica Hamby have won a championship together. They won in Las Vegas. They know what it takes. De'Erica Hamby in the LA with her beautiful daughter.
I don't know. It's something about De'Erica Henry that is so beautiful. I don't want to use the word sexy, but she's just naturally beautiful, man. I just love her look. She's just beautiful.
Well, Cameron Brink was on this stage last year getting drafted in, and her small amount of
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy because when Stephanie White said that the Fever was going to do a lot of running more, but guess what? And they all see how the Fever ran a lot more in the second half last year. Guess what? The two teams that said they was going to run when they got the LA coach, when they hired a new LA coach, the first thing she said, "We're going to run and shoot a lot of threes." Guess what? The Golden State Valkyries coach said the same thing. They already taken page out of the Indiana Fever playbook because guess what? They already know a lot of these older teams don't like to run. They don't like to get up the floor.
In the 2025 WNBA draft, the Los Angeles Sparks select Sarah Ashley Barker,
What? What? I I ain't even expect for her to go up. That's crazy right there. I expect for her to go like low.
Georgia transferred Alabama, first team All SEC each of her final.
They had her in the second round going to the Sparks. They had her going to her in the second round to the Sparks. Uh, that's kind of ugh. That's kind of ugh to me.
just over 18 points a game, a very good three-point shooter, 38% on the season. She was described to me as a
Well, maybe.
her ability to get to the rim. She can go right and left. She's a good off-ball cutter as well. Uses her strength and size beautifully in terms of absorbing contact and getting to the line.
You talk about her defensive presence.
She she nice though. I ain't gonna lie. She would have been nice for the Fever too. She would have been nice for the Fever, playing with playing with um.
Sophie Cunningham. We've seen what
Oh my gosh, Sophie and Lexi. Man, that would have been. Whew, that bench would have been nice. Hamby's femininity and confidence makes her. Oh yes, definitely, definitely. I know, man. I do not want Haley Van Ness to go to the sky. Oh, I don't think. Ugh. She probably gonna come off the bench anyway. She not gonna start. Dang man, I don't even want her. Oh gosh, I don't even want her. Cause I don't. That's gonna mess up her progress for growing even more, man. Cause the Sky just don't. They don't have that. They don't even have it. Dang boy, the Sky about to mess. Sky about to have Haley Van Lent. Ugh.
But I just have family that supports me and loves me so much, and I cannot do it without them. Quarterback, right? That's right. All right. Shout out Harrison twins. All right. Well, congratulations. LA will be a great spot for you. Congrats. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you very much, Holly.
That's wild.
The Las Vegas Aces first round pick was rescinded by the WNBA following a 2023
The Aces don't have a pick. Come
impermissible player benefits and workplace
on,
policies.
move down. We got two more picks. And we got three more picks before the second round. Boy, they drag on too much.
Sky last three seasons. There you go back to the end of their post
Man,
championship
what if
run.
Haley Van Lent don't get picked?
6 games, then 18 and 23 last year, 13. But of course, feel good about the future with Angel Reese, who set a WNBA record last season, not a rookie record, a league record, averaging 13.1 rebounds per game. You know, we have Mila Cardoso, part of that young core for Chicago as well. How about the Sky here at number 10?
you would think the Sky will be looking to add some more floor spacing and shooting. And this is a Sky team that needs
Mm.
to go to a left
So
side.
if they looking to add floor space and shooting,
You can get your post players, Camila Cardoso and Ian Ways, is to surround them by shooters and to give them some of that floor spacing. And they did that some in free agency. They got Canners, they got Becca Allen, two players who
they got Janelle Barker.
and
I'm kind of a little bit behind. What?
continue to love
The Sky franchise dumb. They dumb. Cause Janelle Barker, an original, um, like before all of this trade and all of this stuff happened, they had Janelle Barker in the first round. I forgot who she was going to, but ugh,
Player development coach, the way he grows and expands the games of his players, he's coached alongside the veterans.
that's horrible.
He does as a head coach.
Saw him do that in Vegas. Now a head coach in Chicago. Time to find out who
Man, I don't want Kaylee Van Lith to go there either. I,
back to the podium and the commissioner with the 10th pick.
With the 10th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Chicago Sky select Aisha Sika from Slovenia.
no, no. Oh my God, I wanted her. I wanted her. I wanted her. I love her game, man. When we was talking about free agency with talking about when um
I mean, this is a really intriguing young player. She's 6'3" and long. She
what's the um
she has a really quick release on her
what's the girl name that we was talking about drafting? Man, I love her game. I love Aja Sika.
she has the length to be able to defend on the perimeter, the skill set on the offensive
Look at her, man. Oh,
6'3". When we talked about floor spacing, just
look at that three.
gets the ball out of her hands. She can shoot off the dribble. Her on the outside, on the perimeter, gets the spacing needed for Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. She can get past the ball. She can keep the post. Shot ability in her game will also expand in Chicago.
Aisha is now with us.
When we was talking about
You're known as a great shooter, but you have a favorite WNBA player. Who do you compare yourself to sometimes?
I love to watch Fluent TV. I think a lot of people like compare me to her. And
who she said?
you know, you have such a similar game. You're such a great shooter, but I see your dad. He was a good player too. He's down here taking pictures on his phone. How special is it for your dad who helped you become a player as a little girl?
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the girl name that went to Dallas now. We don't talk about her so much, so I don't forgot her name. Dang it. Oh man. um.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, but that's who I said she compared me to her. She had her game. She's young. So the thing about it is, it's oh man. I don't even think that the Chicago Sky gonna pick Haley Van Lee. I don't think that. Damn, that was the one you was talking about. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I was like, I wanted her like before, like if before these trades, the free agent stuff had happened. And like I said, if the five players that did not stay in college and they came out, Aja would have dropped in the second round. She would have got down in the second round. She would have been a second round pick. And I would have bet money that the Fever probably would have went after her. But there's one person that the Fever I've been reading a lot last night, and they like a young lady. Even Mick Talk Hoops, he mentioned her on his show. It's on a young lady named Anastasia. When I tell you her defensive game, her athletic ability, how she shoots is, I think it's lights out to anybody that got picked in the draft right now. I'm telling you, dang, I wish I could remember her name. Oh my gosh. And I wrote it down. Hold on, let me look up this real quick over here. Uh,
Check this out.
Get better, Juju. That C gonna need you.
You don't need me. You need like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. The State Farm agent.
Yeah, her name is Anastasia Koso. When I tell you her game is ridiculous, oh my god! I watch highlights of her, and I'm just like, it's crazy. I was I was hoping Sucker go just. I know, but that's what I was saying. Like when free agent hit and all of this went about, I just felt like she was gonna get picked by us because she was on our radar for the whole time. She was our number. She actually was our number 7 pick the whole time. Yeah. So so I was hoping too, but free agency came and the fever went different ways. But if they didn't give up that number 7 pick, um, then I think they would have picked her. She would have got picked.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You've talked about how unique the journey is for Paige. You've been through a lot of these nights with your players throughout the years. Yeah. What kind of things are you thinking about feeling watching Paige tonight as she's picked number one overall?
A lot of times it goes pretty smoothly. You know, you go in as a freshman, you play low, you play a lot, you have success, you don't, and you keep building on it every year. Someone, I'm interrupted. I think there may have been a time during Paige's sophomore and junior year, maybe, where you think
Man, crazy.
is this going to define my career? How many games I didn't play, how many games I didn't win,
Mm,
how many
yeah.
quarters I didn't make, how many national championships I didn't win.
Yeah, I hope she's probably, to me, I think she's probably the most athletic person in the draft.
If Chris Plantis, the coach of the Dallas Wings, calls you and says, "What's the best piece of advice you could give me?"
I didn't expect these players that's still unavailable not to get drafted yet. Them overseas players should this all. Oh yeah, and the thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you. Next year's draft, you're gonna see more overseas players get drafted before some of these big name players. Because if you look at it, if you look at the women's game in the in college right now, how many of them have the same skill set? You know what I'm saying? Some of them have the same skill set. Some of the guards have the same skill set. There's not many 3-point shooters in college. Something that you need to stress for. There's not many centers. I mean, very few. You forwards. How many rebound? How many stretch the floor? And if you look at it, if you look at overseas, they play space a lot. They run and be spaced out a lot. So it's crazy.
And she's earned all of it. But everything that she gets, there's not
Oh,
anything that she gets that she doesn't.
um, I'm in Greenville right now. I live in Greenville, South Carolina. So I'm only like 2 hours from the Atlanta area. I used to live in Savannah, Georgia. That's where my family at. So I used to um I will be only 4 hours away, but I'm closer now since I'm here.
Sound pretty good?
Sounds somebody.
So yeah, so so basically, um, so basically, um, yeah, I'm right here. So I'm going to the Fever game when they play. I think May 22nd when they play the Atlanta Dream. So I'll be down there for that game. You know, so if you attended that game, we should link up. You know, and meet. Most definitely. So just let me know if you're gonna be there or not. You know.
I think I need that more than anything.
Man, this draft is shaking.
Congratulations on another championship and having one of your favorites go number one tonight.
Yeah, yeah, that's great for her, great for her family, and great for her teammates. So it's a great night.
Thank you to Gino Oriema joining us here as we take a look at Chicago and Minnesota making a trade, which puts Chicago back on the clock. So Minnesota now will have Chicago's pick next year as they extinguish a pick swap and instead just have Chicago's first round pick cleanly in 2026. What that means is Chicago gets to pick where Minnesota would have at number 11
Mm.
overall. Who do they add to their stable? We send things back to the
Oh Lordy, have mercy.
With the 11th pick,
Being honest, they really don't need Haley Van Lint.
the Chicago Sky select Haley Van Lith, Texas Christian University.
Oh, well, just in case that they don't bring Kia Nurse back or Rebecca Allen, you know they got Haley Van Lint there. So
boyfriend, NBA star Jalen Suggs in the building, and Haley Van Lint, a first round pick after just a terrific season at TCU, taking 3 different schools to the Elite Eight throughout her collegiate career, and now
that girl got some. Her thighs are doggone fit, man. Honestly, like I said before, all of this movement is because Laura Betts, um,
Played together at LSU. There's a connection there. There's a synergy there. The competitive edge Van Lith will be so fun.
Olivia Miles, all of them, they all decided to come back. If them five did not go back and they came out, Haley Van Lith wouldn't even went to Chicago. She would have been a second round pick. So it helps her, to being honest, to get picked in the first round. But technically, she wouldn't have been a first round pick because of the five players that decided to stay. Because you got to think about it. Again, I said it before. Olivia Miles would have been the number 2 pick in the draft automatically. Between her, Laura Betts, Dominic Mononga, all of them, they would have got pushed down the draft. These teams picked them because the players that they probably wanted to pick decided to stay in college. So I mean,
And they just have poured so much into me that I want to take this dream as far as I can. So, shout out to my blue collar parents who busted their butt every morning and provided for our family because they built the foundation of my game.
You didn't have to reinvent yourself this year. You had to prove to yourself how good you still were. How did you do that?
Through faith, 100%, God carried me through the lows of my life when I wasn't able to get up and walk. So my faith has meant everything, but also learning that it's okay to embrace who you are and walk in that energy has meant everything this year for me.
Okay, good energy with Courtney Vandersloot. You can learn from her. You're paired back with Angel Reese. There's some good energy you can walk into in Chicago, right?
Oh, I love that energy. We're ready.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Haley, who is headed to the Chicago Sky. Meanwhile, the New York Liberty do not have a pick, but you know what they do have? A championship after that thrilling 5-game series with Minnesota that came down to the final second.
oh yeah, oh, there you go. Satu Sabali. That's who I was comparing Aja Savik to because I think her skill set was better. She's more rangy, she's longer, and so
Speed, intensity, energy, and a perimeter defensive presence that New York didn't have. And what's scary to think about is New York won the title with
you got Laney Hamilton out.
dangerous with the veteran point guard who can
Lonnie Fever, she got cooked by Caitlin Clark last year.
night in and night out. This is an even more
If you
dangerous Liberty team.
the thing about it is, and they got Mary Marine Johannes too coming off the bench. They guard heavy. New York Liberty is pretty much guard heavy. They're not really big heavy. They guard heavy. That's going. That's a recipe that could work, and it's a recipe that cannot work because if you go so guard heavy, your guard's gonna have trouble dealing with tall, rangy, slashing players, and you risk them to get in foul trouble quicker too. So
In the 2025 WNBA draft, the Dallas Wings select Isaiah James, NC State.
that was another guard that they was talking about going to another a guard that was probably was going to the Fever too, Isaiah James.
How many times were we all at an NC State game watching Westmore's team where Isaiah James would deliver?
Most props to Haley Van. She reinvented. Yeah, I did. I did a video on her when she did the SI swimsuit thing, and I touched on it about her reinventing her game and clawing her way back from being a top prospect from years in draft. And she did. She took it. You know, she could have came out last year. Um, she came out last year and everything. And then um well yeah, she could have came out last year. She probably could have came out the year before, but she stayed to grow, you know, to get better. And she knows she needed to get better. She could have stayed at Louisville all them years, but she decided to go to LSU, hoping to win a title there. Then she transferred to TCU, hoping to, you know, run.
Dallas bookends the first round with Paige Beckers and Isaiah James. And you know what? They're pumped up at the watch party. Yeah, in Arlington, they're celebrating the addition of Isaiah James. And Isaiah is
I don't like that. The only thing is Isaiah James going to make the team? That's some of these players. You hope they make the team. You know,
What are you most proud of on your journey? Like you said, my upcoming, my first 2 years, not many people knew my name. I worked hard, I grinded that summer.
again.
Came out the gate, busting people to hell, saying,
Special media said, "How long until Haley Van Lith can ask for a trade?" Oh, she might have to wait till her 4 years or going into her third year with the team because I don't know. She might ask for a trade before then if things don't work out. I didn't want her to go to that team, she could have gone anywhere else. But besides, she could have went to Dallas. Dallas probably would have been good picking her. You know, with her and Paige playing together, that would have been pretty sweet. You know, I wanted the LA to pick her, but they didn't. They went another route, but oh my gosh, dealing with dealing with Angel Reese over there and all that, that's gonna be toxic. I'm telling you, that's a toxic franchise, and she's not gonna be for that. Nah, she ain't about to be loyal. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When she got picked, you saw her head down, even though she was emotional because she got picked in the first round. But you could tell she ain't really was feeling that pick, getting picked by Chicago. You could tell by her person's expression. She might have the emotions because she was a first round pick and the journey that she had to take. And I get all of that. But at the end of the day, that pause before she raised her head, I know she probably like, damn. All right, let me fake it. Let me cry. That you know what I'm saying. So that right there in itself tells you
But it's fine to settle for a car from the
the
second
second round about to be crazy than the first. A lot of leftover, yeah, a lot of leftover. So I'm waiting for the second round. Good lord, this I'm telling you, man, it's dragging like crazy. Thank you for the insight. Oh yeah, no problem. I got you. I got you. No problem. I do. I'm very observant. That's one thing about me. I observe. I watch people quick. Even though I might be watching from a television, you could tell pretty much how a person react, and I could tell like Haley Van Lith, like I, she probably like, man, keep me on the bench. I'll be on the bench for 4 years. I'll come in spot. She gonna be like Marina Mabrey. I want to go. I'm ready to go. So especially especially if that team does not win this year, if this team becomes another don't make the playoffs, she's gonna be like, did I make the right choice? Did whatever the case might be.
Spectrum is proud to be a part of Greenville and Spartanburg. As our communities recover, we're going to
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. She's a shooter, but she definitely has to
be a part of the FC.
she got to improve. It's crazy. Now it's time to get to the second round. Woo. And the Aces kicks off the second round. They got them picking Madison Scott, and then you got Dallas Wings again. Oh, in the second round, Frederick, they do have Michaela Tipson going to the Minnesota Lynx. And they had that girl that from Lithuania that the Valkyries picked, Jotsa Joyce, going to the Chicago side. So that was all shook up. And then at 19th, they got Harmony Turner going to the now the thing about it is I think the Fever could pick the girl from overseas and they could pick Harmony Turner. I won't mind. Tell me how y'all feel about Harmony Turner going to the Fever. I want to know y'all thoughts real quick. Tell me what y'all think about Harmony Turner going to the Fever. Yeah, I hope Tyler Marshall does get that in order in Chicago, or he'll be out, or he'll be like, I had enough. Yeah, they got Minnesota Lynx picking on Sodonia Prince. Cause definitely I do not want her with the Fever. They got Cheyenne Sellers. Yeah, she's still left. Tina Papau. Thank you, Fred, for the super chat sticker, my man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
About to see Las Vegas make its first pick of the night. The Ace is such an interesting team because they
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
now in LA, bring in Jewel Lloyd this year. to a team that also has
Ooh.
and reigning MVP Asia Wilson.
This team could look different. Jewel Lloyd and Kelsey Plum are two different players. They can both score. They're both dynamic guards, but their games are very different. I did an event with Jewel Lloyd in Tampa during the Final Four, and Jewel said, walking into the Aces facility, training alongside Asia Wilson, she told me, I already feel like a better player. It's an inspiring.
Drew Lloyd gonna have to get her head right, man, because she fell off last year. And the thing about it is, you replacing her with Kelsey Plum. I mean, yeah, it's going to be great to see, but Drew Lloyd, she don't really play defense that well either. I don't know Turner. Well, she played at Harvard. She was the Harvard sensation. You know, they played in the NCAA tournament. So yeah. Yeah, Jackie Young been hurt. She been hurt.
With the 13th pick in the
I
2025
s-
the Las Vegas Aces select Aaliyah Nye from the University of Alabama.
huh? Man, they drafting players I am not expected in this draft. This gonna be one crazy second round.
Well, you love when this happens. Aaliyah Nye in the crowd today, supporting her teammate, and she gets selected with the first pick of the second round and goes to a team with a chance to win it. It's just like Vegas picking Kate Martin a season ago.
They've got something for choosing the players that are in the crowd and maybe a player that people aren't expecting them to pick. But Aaliyah Nye, let me tell you, she is a special player, a true.
I haven't heard nothing about her.
45% from the field, but 46% from beyond the arc. She made multiple threes per game this season. She can stretch the floor. She can run in transition. She sprints to the corner. Her ability to knock down shots.
Honestly, that's not a bad pick by the Vegas Aces because they lost Alicia what's the Clark. They lost Clark. Cause Clark was that 3 point threat they had on the outside. So she's kind of like filling that role. That's all that is. So they draft her to fill that role that Alicia Clark had provided for them. And you know, Clark went on.
Unprepared with the outfit. Why did you believe so much in yourself in this moment?
I just have a support system. My mom, dad, sisters, coaches, they've all believed in me and given me the confidence. So I just give thanks to them.
Going to an organization like
You say you almost forgot to hit the like button. No worries, no worries, no worries. Also, make sure y'all join um as a member because there's gonna be a lot of great things that I will be offering this year. Especially, I will be doing as much as possible. I will, if I won't be attending the games and dropping video blog from the games on the. I would do some live streams and therefore it's a giveaways. So I think that and please check out the merch website. There's gonna be new merch probably rotating, probably once, twice a month. So I'm trying to keep up update with that. I'm definitely working on some Livewire Sports merch as well, t-shirts, hats, and whatever the case may be, and along with some other cool stuff, with Indiana Fever stuff like that. So continue. So make sure you hit that join button and become a member, and stay locked in.
reunion arena.
Yeah, she is fast.
65,000 square foot practice facility. So Dallas really big improvements in.
So Dallas committed to over 270 million to bring the Wings home, renovate in downtown, and opens at 20. Well, that's good for them. You see what happens when the Indiana Fever announced their practice facility and everything like that, and everybody else started to do the practice facility. But guess what? And this is what the problem I had with Satu Sabli. And everybody that came to the Indiana Fever and they interviewed them, and the first thing they say, we want to win a championship. They didn't say nothing about practice facility or nothing that they just say they like the direction that the organization is going, and they know the history of the Indiana Fever.
The Dallas Wings select Madison Scott, Ole Miss.
Oh, they had Madison Scott going to the Vegas Aces, and they flipped that. Hmm, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good pick for them.
Headed to Dallas, their third selection of the evening in these first 14 picks. And she will join Isaiah James and Paige Beckers with the Wings.
Carmilla told me that they were
That's very guard heavy over there. That is crazy. They is very guard heavy over there because they haven't picked anybody to replace Natasha Howard. They haven't picked anybody to replace Satu Sabli. That the height that they needed. So they haven't replaced none of that. That size. They are very heavy.
what she can do, a hard worker, a very coachable.
Now between her and Zaire, which one of them gonna make the team? That's gonna be the question.
Going to watching her and Dejanay Carrington get excited on the defensive end of the floor and fuel each other on that end of the floor. She's got incredible length. She can put the ball on the floor, attack the rim, finish on the inside. Rebecca, you mentioned her mid-range game there. High release, which is going to be incredibly useful at the professional level. And she's a worker. When you talk about expanding her game, that's something Madison Scott.
She's gonna be more like a defensive presence more so than a scorer, you know. But like I said, between Zaire James and her, I wonder which one of them gonna make the team. That's gonna be interesting.
Had a hug with your family members at the table that was just choking me up. There's a lot of love in your family. But tell me, what is your why? You wanted to talk about what has motivated you to be standing here tonight.
Those people right there, my circle, my siblings, London, Summer, and Zion, I hope I'm showing them that they can do anything they put their mind to. So, yeah, I just want to show them the right way to do things.
You have done that. Coach Gillette says that you are Ole Miss basketball, the love that community has for you. You've already started
Wow.
foundation. What can the
I mean, I hope she makes it a team, because the thing about it is, you think about it, you got expansion teams coming. If they don't even make the team, they could play overseas and come try out for one of these teams next year.
So it doesn't matter that the platform changed. I'm going to continue to do what God brought me to do.
4 more picks, and we on the clock. Yes, yes, yes. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I want to see what we about to do. I want to see what we about to do. I would not be watching this draft had it not been for CC. CC, I started watching the NCAA women and the WNBA because of CC. Yeah, I mean, I used to watch the women's basketball long time ago. Like I said, when I first heard about like Cheryl Swoops, and then once I watched her play, I loved it, and even I don't know what happened to her through the years, but for her to be so bitter and angry, but she was a good player back then. Then I started watching Tennessee. I started loving Pat Summitt. I fell in love with Shamika Holdsclaw. I loved her game. I watched Diane Taurasi over there. I watched a lot of different players, and then I got into the WNBA when it first kicked off, the first season ever kicked off, and then um, I was a Houston Comets fan. Rooted for them. That was my team. I was a huge Tina Thompson fan. I love Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Kim Perrott, all of them. And then I watched it for a little bit. Then I got out. Then I got back into it. I got out again. And then when I started doing started taking more interest in doing podcasting for sports and stuff, because I'm a huge Washington Commanders fan. I'm a huge Miami Hurricane and Atlanta Braves fan, diehard Atlanta Braves fan. And I wanted to do something where I could voice my opinion because I always like to talk sports, and I was like, I need an outlet, and I didn't. During the COVID year, it helped me find that outlet to like, hey, everybody's doing something on YouTube. Let me put it in it. And it was rough because I had to like get comfortable, never been in front of the camera, never talked to people, like express myself. And I was like, and then once I started finding my niche, it was good. So at the end of the day, when I started watching college basketball, it was Caitlin Clark. Then I came across Angel Reese. I came across um um Flau'jae Johnson because she's from Savannah, Georgia, from where I'm at. And then Leah Boston, and then I remember Dawn Staley when she played in the league, and my brother-in-law, he's a huge South Carolina fan, so my whole family been into sports, so and that's why I'm back, and now I'm just like I'm more invested into it like ever, if, and I just hope Caitlin stays in the league for about 10 years or 10 to 12 years, and hey, and somebody comes along that gets my attention to like them and follow them as well. So that's it. That's my story right now, guys. Maddie Westball, Chicago pick her. Oh my gosh. To be honest, I don't see some of these players staying on these teams because you got to have 12. But me personally, Maddie can't. I the one problem I had about her, she she actually she was hurt most of the year for Notre Dame, and then when she came back, they put her in the starting lineup, and the chemistry of Notre Dame fell off big time, fell off really big, and I wish they had worked her in slowly and probably bring her off the bench, and then allow her to embrace herself because she didn't provide them with nothing, and then they played her at center from time to time, and then you kind of seen how they was getting smoked a lot by a lot of teams. So I don't know. So pretty much now that pretty much that Chicago picked back to back. They got Haley Van Leef. They got her. I mean, you're gonna have to really look and see. I guess I'm probably gonna do um sometime this week. I'm probably gonna look down and see where most of these players going to who's going to be on the roster, who's going to stay, who's going to go, who they're going to keep. Because even though all these teams have all of these picks, you only could keep 12. So and that's why I feel like if Unrivaled want to do something really special for these players, turn Unrivaled into a G League, or Kathy Engelberg get with Commissioner David Stern and say, "Hey, we need a G League for these girls. So if they don't make a team, they could play in the G League where they could continue to work on their game. If they want to go overseas and play, then that's fine. But have something special for them to continue to develop their game. Because once these players do not make the team, you don't really hear from them no more. And that's kind of sad at this sense. They got to have some kind of developmental um program for them to be able to. I mean, you see in Major League Baseball, they got AAA. You see in NFL now, they got the USFL, XFL, where players go over there to develop again, then they try to be in the draft. Then you got the NBA that has the G League. You don't have nothing for the WNBA because they all go overseas or they play in Athletes Unlimited, now on Rival. You don't want that. You want them to be able to continue to develop their game to be able to, because just in case of somebody get hurt, you could easily pull them from the G League and bring them up. You don't have to sign, go searching for them and they haven't played, worked out, or played in anything. Then you hoping they could perform. You want to already be in there. So especially around playoff time when players get hurt or nicked up or whatever, and you bring them in. So that's just my take on it right there.
So stylish on the orange carpet and with that 360 cam.
Yeah, Maddie does need to be more aggressive and tougher. However, she has a lot of upside than most. Yeah, she does now. She for her size, for her to be 6'3", she looks to me. I felt like she's taller than she is. I mean, that's one name that they had linked to the Fever too. So she's a good 3 point, a decent. She's a decent 3 point shooter. I won't say a good 3 point shooter, but she's decent. Yeah, definitely. They like I said, they definitely need a G League, man, for real. Because at the end of the day, man, it just it gets to the point where these players fall off the face of the earth. So
Cheyenne Sellers is a player who possibly could. JJ Quinterly as well, and Serena Sundal. I mean,
Oh gosh, we down to
players, especially in the second round.
oh, so we got two more picks before we pick. Two more picks before we pick. Ooh, I hope they don't pick Michaela Tipson. Please don't pick her. Please don't pick her.
With the 17th pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, the Golden State Valkyries select Cheyenne Sellers, University of Maryland.
Wow, that was a good. That's a good pick for them. To be honest with you, that's a good pick.
See the emotion
Mm.
from Cheyenne Sellers, a three-time first team all
Yeah, that's a good pick for them.
who is the only player in Maryland history with 1,500 points, 500
Mm-mm.
rebounds, and 500 assists in her career. Giving a big hug to her head coach, Brenda Freed, and heading to an enticing situation at Golden State.
Yeah, Cheyenne Sellers certainly brings all of the measurables. She averaged 14 points, 4 assists a game last year at Maryland. This is a 6'2" guard,
Mm.
lead guard for Maryland. Shot 41% from three on the season. Brings nice length. She was dealing with a knee injury the latter part of the year, but I heard her name quite a bit as a potential first-round draft pick. This young woman can flat out speed, terrific shooter, and she's proven that she can facilitate as well.
And she's just got
Yeah.
great size. The way that she plays, the way that she uses her body, even here, she's got a strong frame, great length. To me, what I like about Cheyenne Sellers,
Yeah, she definitely don't. She has no clue at all. She don't have no clue. I I agree with you on that because she's not.
a lot of emotion. Sometimes waiting is hard. What's it like when you hear your name called finally?
Just a sense of relief and a sense of gratitude. It's special to be here, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
You give a big hug to your mom. You've got a special.
Oh,
I want to get it right. Living strong, fighting long.
I didn't even I didn't even see it. Minnesota picked and that Anastasia girl. The girl that we was wanting. She they from Russia.
You know, with MS, it showed how important it is to battle. I mean, you
The
either
Minnesota
fight for yourself or rise to the occasion.
dang Minnesota picked her. That's who I wanted. Dang it, man. This is gonna be so I don't even know who the Fever gonna pick now.
WNBA, and now you get a chance with a franchise that's just getting started. How can you go in and make a name for yourself quickly?
I mean, just be me, soak it up. Obviously, I'm excited to play with Chloe B. Um, it's just super amazing.
All right, this is the second best thing that happened to her this week. You also got engaged, so shout out on the biggest week of your life.
Wow.
Okay, nicely done.
That's crazy. Dang. Anastasia Kova, that's who I wanted the doggone Fever to get. And Minnesota, man, golly, they definitely they one thing about Minnesota, they taps into that international talent like no other. Dang it. The end of the Fever coming up with the next two picks. I am so burnt. I'm so hurt now. Gosh.
I mean, how about just what we can expect from the Atlanta Dream this
Now I wonder what the Fever gonna do.
The Atlanta Dream's the team I'm most interested to watch this year because I don't know
It's a
exactly
good
what to
pick
expect. You know,
for
they
Golden
did
State
lose,
if
they did lose
her knee is
Anastasia,
healthy. Yeah, that is.
which is a strong
If her knee
piece.
is healthy, it is definitely a good pick.
It's just going to be interesting to
Dang
see
it,
how all
man.
those pieces fit. We saw the success Carl Smesco had at Florida Gulf Coast, playing with such
Oh
strong
man,
players
that's
together.
why I was like, the Fever has to. They really got to tap it. Oh, but there is a couple more international players that they could pick up on too. I dang it. I wish I had my notes out for last night. Let me find it, guys. Let me find it. I because she's that Anastasia girl. She won't play this year, but she'll be over next year. but she's nice. That's who I wish they could have get. Mm, mm.
That's worth tuning in for.
He has a nice ring to it. We'll see who's back to Atlanta. And here is the committee.
With the 18th pick in 2025 NBA draft, the Atlanta Dream select Tahina Pal from
Oh, oh, see, that's Atlanta. That's a pretty good pick for her for them.
In Oceanside, California, because of a family health matter, but surrounded by loved ones and able to celebrate. We saw our head coach Dawn Staley
That's a
celebrate this moment. What a career for Tahina Pal.
what's going on, Duke? The NFL has been harmed by not having, yeah, by not having NFL Europe. Yeah, and that's why I think that's why they brought back them others. Well, them two leagues emerged now, the XFL and the USFL. They merge now to the XF to I guess what the UXFL, whatever it is, and now they merge to help more talent and stuff like that. So that's a pretty good thing right there. All right. So now we got the Indiana Fever. Okay, now there go my notes. Ha ha ha! Found them. So yeah, there was a guard that was on the projection list too, as Lee Bortara, and it was another one I had. Annika. Oh yeah, Annika Soto. She's 6'4" forward, and man, when I tell you she has range. When I tell you she has range, like protect the 3 point line. For 6'4", she looks like she's 6'6". That's how athletic. I do hope the Fever get her because we do need a big like that. We definitely need a big. You know,
Pal was born into a family.
all of my picks for the Fever are gone. Damn, right? I don't know what the Fever to select. Prince from. Oh my God. Uh, and they picked Sedonia Prince from TCU. Cause they knew that, and that's that's who they had. That's who they had the Minnesota Lynx linked to, Sedonia Prince. So Price, whatever, and the Prince, whatever her name is. So man, that's hurtful. That's so hurtful right now.
love and support. Over 300 people showed up for your draft watch party in Oceanside, California.
That is so hurtful right now.
Everybody there just pouring so much love into you. As you hear your name called tonight, what's the reaction in the room? Share with us that joyful moment, what you're seeing and experiencing there.
There's love, support, excitement, and we're just ready to open my next chapter. And it was just really fun to spend this time with my family, and it's been nothing but joy and excitement.
You are so proud of your Samoan culture, and you've been so vocal about it, and proud of how your family has played.
She needs to. I think she needs to be more aggressive on her 3 point shot. Um, South Carolina lack the true point guard because she could have been really good 3 point threat for South Carolina if they had a true point guard to get her the ball. So yeah.
Junior Seau is her uncle, making
Oh man, Duke, you right. Chicago Sky has gone full Lynn Dunn. Matter of fact, speaking of Lynn Dunn, I really need to get into this real quick because I went back and looked at the 2 years that the Fever had, and Lynn Dunn really, Lynn Dunn really screwed this team up. If Kelly Krauskopf and yeah, Prince is too slow. All right. Yeah, we got her, Michaela Tipton.
thrilled that this young woman was still available for you.
Ooh, yeah.
We're talking about how she plays exactly the way they want.
Woo.
She is 6'2" with a 6'10" wingspan.
God. Y'all hear that? 6'2".
She's gonna throw the ball down.
You got a rim runner, Michaela Tippins. Yeah.
You get those offensive boards. This young woman has a great chance to stick.
What's happening, Bluegrass Smoker? Thank you for joining in.
Three blocks. You talk about a player that has a motor. You mentioned Caitlin Clark, who plays with such a motor. This is a great fit, and it's not about what you see.
Yep. You're right about that. Lynn Dunn got rid of all of them. Oh, we got Bree Hall too. Oh, snap.
And with that selection, the Fever take Bree Hall from the University of South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Another great move when it comes to fit. What did they just give with Michaela Timpson that we talked about the defensive energy? What is
Yep, fit.
defensive presence at South
I ain't
Carolina?
even mad at these two picks, to be honest with y'all guys.
Space the floor, plays with a motor, has a ton of speed and athleticism. Another great pick for Indiana.
A good culture pick too. They're so impressed with her leadership.
They picked the Fever picked Michaela Tipkins and Bree Hall.
Shot over 50% from the three-point line, showed that she is certainly a weapon from the perimeter.
All right, the 21st pick is in as well. That one belongs to the Los Angeles Sparks for that selection. We get back to the podium.
What's going on, Will? Yeah, it's 1-1. I was telling you the Fever needed to take. Yep. Hey, to be honest with you, I like both of these picks. I like both of them picks, Tipkins and Bree Hall, and I'm glad that they land. Even though we missed out on the ones that we did say that, I like these two picks because what you got is rim runners, defense that could play athletic in the paint, and guess what? Defense leads to offensive score. Now, to be honest with you, both of these picks are excellent picks. Yeah, I agree with you. They hit these picks on the head. And sometimes being patient is enough because I was thinking that they might be able to, reach and package both of the picks for who they want or we wanted. But I'm glad they stayed packed because guess what? You could match energy with energy of all these other teams. While every other team is so guard heavy, and that's what I was talking about earlier. When you so guard heavy, guess what that does to you? That leave you vulnerable when you playing long athletic bend. Tipkins is six what? They say what, 6'2", six whatever, and she has a 6'10" wingspan, 5'10", 6'10" wingspan. That's crazy athletic ability right there. You did, VVS. Hey, I'm happy about that. So you know what's gonna happen tonight, right? I'm gonna do a recap of our picks, and then I'm gonna try to find video of each one of them players and show them in the clip. So it might not be a long clip, but it's gonna be a short clip. So I like it. Yeah, she fell because ooh, I'm so glad. Bree Hall, uh, she could shoot the three good. I like she's very athletic as well. Michaela, I love her height. Florida State power forward. Now now you think about it. The two training camp people that we picked up, you actually could replace them with them. You don't have to, you know.
Your family's here
Y'all
today.
can't hear me.
They meant so much to you. Your mom was a great player herself, right? Tell me what your family means to you here tonight.
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Bluegrass said he can't hear me. The Fever pick Michaela. Hold on, I think because I got my TV up a little bit. All right, that's probably help you a little bit. The Fever got Michaela Tipkins out of Florida State and Bree Hall out of South Carolina. Out of South Carolina. Yep. And think about it. With Tipkins there, and you got Bree Turner, both athletic, could run and shot block and defend. It's gonna be hard. It's going to be hard. Okay. Thanks. I got you. Appreciate it. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, she's 6'2" with a 6'10" wingspan. Don't you know? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Now you remember how the Seattle Storm had all that height and length last year? Can you imagine them coming in playing really good defense on them? And you know that's what they wanted to do. The Indiana Fever want to play defense, get out in transition, and run. And I'm telling you, all that athletic ability they have on this team now, teams are gonna get so tired running them. Can you imagine right now that the Atlanta Dream got two bigs that's slow, Breonna Jones and Brittany Griner, who got hurt last year playing in the third game playing against us. She they're gonna be slow. They're gonna get blown out. The Fever gonna blow. Mark my words, the Fever are gonna blow teams out this year. And matter of fact, all of these moves that the Fever made, guess what they did? They countered the Minnesota Lynx, who had that lengthy ability, but some of their players are slow. They countered the New York Liberty. I told you the New York Liberty went more guard heavy than they did big heavy. Now they have athletic ability to play against with their guards and slow them down and alter their shots. Now that you force, and then you already know that'll force somebody like Breonna Stewart to play differently. Then you got Asia Wilson, who was getting her shot blocked by Camila Cardozo all last year. Now you got somebody that can match up against her. You know what I'm saying? And just as fast as her at the same time. You know, and then the Dallas Wings don't have no height. They only got what Tierra McGowan, and she's big and slow. So you got rim runners, you got athletic rim runners and could score, and you got Bree Hall that could shoot the three out there. So so I just feel like at the end of the day, the Fever did what they needed to do. I don't know. I don't think, but they still got one more pick. They got one more pick in the third round that's coming up. And so hopefully they could be able to make some moves, you know what I'm saying, here and there. So that's what I'm hoping for. Oh man. Mm-mm. Oh, you're welcome. You're definitely more welcome. I think because I was turning, looking the other way, that's why my voice couldn't carry over. All right, now where we at? We got one more pick, and we be into the next round, the third round. Woo. And that could be going pretty fast. So I think the Indiana got a first round pick in the second round. Yeah, I think so too. Because like I said before, having those picks and they went with need. They went with need. They needed that. And see, when you go with need, it's going to be able to do the things that it needs to do for your team. You want your team to be successful. You want your team to be where you could be able to execute at all facets of the game. And when you got Aaliyah Boston, you got Kelsey Mitchell, you got Caitlin Clark spearheading everything, and you know Caitlin Clark loves to outlet. Can you imagine Bree Hall and can you imagine Tipkins getting them dangerous passes from Yep. I agree with you. The Fever are long, athletic, and aggressive. Yep, that's what you need. Sparks do look good too. I give it to you. Sparks do look good. Ooh, ooh. Is is Lucy Olsen coming to the Indiana Fever guys? Oh, Lucy Olsen got picked for the Mystics. I mean, for the Mystics. That's nice. She got picked for the Mystics, and Rhea Hall got picked. So I wonder, Lucy Hall got picked. That's pretty good. She went to the Mystics. That's nice. And then, but that's the thing about it. The Mystics picked three guards already. Now, the thing about it is Lucy gonna make the team? I think she have a shot to make the team. That's kind of crazy to me. Yep, she was. Michaela was third in blocks in college. Hey, I ain't thought she was gonna still be on the board either. I was like, man. That's why like all these pre-draft, these round by round picks, I don't never do them. I used to do them for the NFL. I don't do them no more because they never pan out. I just look at like the board and see like I make a list of players and I want for that round, and if they don't make it, then I just check them off like that. I just don't make a draft board like that. Yeah, you can't have slows against the Fever. Nah, I'm gonna tell you, and there's some teams that gonna be slow against the Fever, and they gonna get run out the building. Man, I told y'all, I feel like the Indiana Fever is going to be on a record pace, history making season, and that's gonna be from points, games win, and everything. They might be the first team that might not lose number one or two games in the playoffs. That's gonna be historic. I'm telling you, I see this Fever team in the same instant of the 72-10 Chicago Bulls, how they made that run and everything. I just see this team like that. This team is built. This team now actually is built to handle everything. Yeah. Don't overseas players did bless us to fill in the gap because we could have got one of them overseas players too. All about the Indiana Fever. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Teams playing the Fever gonna have some time. Man, tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I might get tired be watching them because my eyes gonna be like going like that. They're gonna be on like that. Atlanta Dream feels to me like the Phoenix Mercury from too slow. I don't even know why they went and got Brittany Griner and Breonna Jones. That doesn't even make sense. That right there in itself doesn't make sense. Because who's gonna start? Who's gonna start? You're gonna have to have Breonna Jones gonna start, then Brittany Griner gonna back her up. Brittany Griner gonna start. I mean, it's hard. That's horrible to me. Fever going to teach these teams right because they're gonna make them wish they stayed in shape. Are they on the third round now? So Serena Sundell, they moving kind of fast because she already got picked, and then JJ Quigley went to Dallas, another guard. Dallas got all of these guards. Half of these guards ain't go. It's not gonna be on that team. That's crazy. Why do I don't understand? Dallas needs size. They want to play all this small ball, and it's gonna cost them a lot. They're gonna get torched. See, like I said, they didn't do anything in the Dallas Wings didn't do anything in the draft to replace Satu Sabli or Natasha Howard. You need some kind of size. Fever were a mismatch nightmare against the Mercury. Oh yeah, definitely was. A team built on slow post game is in trouble. I can tell you one thing, boy, Leo Boston, you got you got five rim runners on your team. You got Bree Hall, you got Tipson, you got Bree Turner, you got DeWanna Bonner, and you got Natasha Howard. You got 5 players on that team that's gonna run like deers. And you got Caitlin, and you got Lexi, and you got doggone um Sophie, and you got um Kelsey Mitchell. Whew. Boy, you talking about track meet after track meet. Fever workout the roster 2026. Oh my gosh, yes. 2026 is going to be crazy for the NN Fever as well. I don't get the third round for that. Yeah, I don't get it either. But I mean, well, the NBA, the NBA only have 2 rounds, right? I think they have 2 rounds. Yeah, after the second round, yeah, you're right. Only 10% makes the team makes it. I don't know how the training camp stuff plays out, but man, keep these young. Yeah, I think both of them will make the team. I really think they will make the team. I think that um Jalen Brown and the other girl is probably not gonna make the team because they got what 11 spots right now. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Let me see. Ooh, Damaris Dantes. Ooh, yeah. Damaris Dantes might not be safe, guys. To be honest with you, because me personally, I could see Bree and Michaela staying on that team. I think Damaris Dantes and Jalen Brown are one of them training camp. Both of them training camp players might not make the team. I'm definitely seeing that. So yeah, Turner might be in trouble. You're right about that. She might be in trouble. She might be. I think Dantes might be in trouble too, to be honest with you. I think Dantes could be in trouble, guys. Yeah, they do actually, and that was something that I think somebody was talking about. I don't know if it was Sydney Colson or somebody, or how about some of these new talent, they don't make the team, they get stashed away or whatever the case may be. And some of these players. Oh no, I saw this on another video that it was talking about how the WNBA, these teams draft this talent, and these talent is are way better than some of the veterans that they have on the team, but they let the veterans have this, get the nod and stash away these young talent, and these you don't ever heard from these talent again. And some of these talent are just as better than some of these older people. So I feel like you if you want to win and you want to get younger, because the league is going to get younger, you can't hide that young talent and keep all these old heads in the game, because they're not gonna be able to keep up with these young legs. They're not. Only unless you built like LeBron James and um oh yeah, the Fever ain't letting Tips. They not gonna let Bree Hall get away either. I don't think Bree Hall or Tips is gonna get away. I I do believe like them training camp signing training camp, the ones they brought in for training camp is in trouble. And I do believe Demir, as much as I love Demiris Doncic, but I think she's in trouble too. Because guess what? Bree Hall could do what Demiris Doncic do. She could shoot the three, she could shoot the fadeaway, she could run the rim, she could block shots. She's more athletic. So I think Caitlin Chang got, dang, she got drafted. Now that would actually Caitlin Chang would have been a nice pickup for the Fever because she definitely could shoot the three. But again, you don't know she get drafted, but you don't know she gonna make the team. So I mean, they jumping, hooping, and hollering for her and everything. It's definitely like defensive mind, and Michaela got a high mortar in the paint. She's not letting that. Nah, she ain't letting that go. And plus Tipkins with 10 boards and 3 blocks is, oh yeah, definitely. And Tipkins runs like, yeah, she definitely runs like a deer. She runs like a deer in headlights. Wait, I gotta go back to this one. We should say bluegrass. Other teams, they not in the gym. They on TikTok out of gas at halftime. What? Yeah, I can see that. Oh, definitely, man. I feel like at the end of the day right now, so the Fever about to pick in 2 picks. They're gonna pick a guard. I think the Fever gonna pick a guard. Mm-mm. We do got trade chips too. Yeah, we got chips, trading chips. You're right about that. We could use one of them players to trade for somebody, yeah, or could get a pick for next year or whatever the case might be. Or the Indiana Field pick, Yvonne from Gonzaga. Oh, wow, that's a surprise pick. She's 6'1". She's a guard from Gonzaga. She's a power forward though. I'm about to look at her right now, guys. Yvonne Ilum. She's from Canada. She's 6'1". She's a forward. Wow. She was averaging this year for Gonzaga. She was averaging 20 points a game, almost 9.5 rebounds, almost 3 assists a game, almost 2 steals, a block. She only had 3 turnovers a game. She shot 53% from the field. She's not good for 3 points. She only shot 25%. But from the free throw line, she's almost 80%. So and she only commits like almost 2 fouls a game. So I mean, she probably be the only odd person out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, third round picks really don't pan out. Oh yeah, Sedonia got back. She got baggage, and guess what? Sedonia got some bad baggage. Yeah, and guess what? Teams already had GMs already had on the hit list too. So you already know that was already a no no right there. Harmony Turner got picked. She going to Harmony Turner got picked. She going to the Vegas Aces. She going to the Aces and Taylor Terry from Ohio State. So Harmony Turner, she got a chance to make that team. Um, the third round about to be over, guys. They moving fast online, so they just waiting. Let me see something. I might have to fast forward this a little bit. I don't think so, but yeah, they moving. The Fever already picked. A lot of these teams already picked, so they already about to wrap this up in the second round. Yeah, she is faster. And Harmony Turner got picked for the Aces. Aces. So yeah, so they made them picks already in commercial. I ain't gonna lie, all them third round picks right there, they showing on television. I don't think none of them gonna make the team. Harmony Turner gonna have her work cut out for her. Cheryl Williams won Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, all of these Connecticut players getting picked, man. I don't even think none of them gonna make the team. Aubrey Griffin, I don't think she's gonna make the team for Minnesota. Caitlin Chang, she might make the team for the Valkyries. They all hype. They all happy and hype about that. I mean, this is what it is. Exactly. They got all these guards and they ain't got no bigs. That's why that's how you could tell how the landscape of the WNBA is shaping up because you have all these guards, but you ain't got no bigs, and then they can't guard any bigs, especially if your bigs are athletic. You're not gonna be able to guard them. Wow. Our bigs now is getting old. Yeah, I don't know. I think you need a big that's a hybrid, athletic. You don't need a big that's slow. And you see the New York Liberty picking next. Wow. Sidonia Prince did not get picked, guys. Wow. They definitely not picked her. Wow. Uh-oh. Tip off. 3 p.m. on ABC. May 17th. Chicago at the Indiana Fever. Woo! I can't wait for that. Is that a lovely parting gift for them robbing her of the championship? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Sedonia Choice caught up with her. Yup. I wonder what the viewership for this is because this was I ain't gonna lie to you not guys. This was a sad, sad draft. Very sad. Very sad. Yeah, Sedonia, her choice caught up with her. It was one of those things that you have to look back and say, you know what? Hey, I should have made better choices. I should have made up. So, and she's not gonna get picked up. She might be somebody that they look at later on. If they cut, they might need her. But she might as well go ahead and play overseas. She'll fit over there pretty good. So yeah. Mm-mm.
A lot of expectations. How was her game going to translate? Well, it translated beautifully, and I think we're going to see something very similar with Paige Beckers this year. I think she's going to come in and be incredibly efficient, like the player we saw her be in college, and just have a
Mm-mm.
chance to lead that Dallas Wings team to potentially a place where they're really.
Man, I'll tell you, it's gonna be a dogfight for roster spots because especially some of these teams that pick all of these guards, it's gonna be crazy because some of them ain't gonna be able to make the team. I mean, they all getting drafted, but at the end of the day, you got to still make the cut. And if you don't make the cut, then you're gonna be out. And like the Fever, they loaded now. The Fever is loaded. They are loaded. Now they just got to trim the fat. So, like I say, guys, I know in a probably later on a little hour or so from now, I think that I will do a breakdown on I'll do a video of Michaela Tippin and Bree Hall, and then I'm the third pick. I'm not even going to factor in there because I don't think that third pick is going to make the team at all. So I don't even want to worry about that. But I definitely want to highlight all the picks and then do a video of them and you just show that where our strength lies in it and everything like that. So, I mean, it's good. It's going to be good. Fever loaded like burritos and nachos, right? So, I mean, this management, I can say this management for the Indiana Fever front office has done an exceptional job. They surround with veterans. Now they loaded up with young talent as well. And the young talent that could come in and contribute right away. They don't have to wait a year or so for the talent to develop and then bring them over. They could contribute right now. They could easily get into that roster spot real quick. So it's going to be run and gun. Oh yeah, definitely it's going to be a run and gun. Like I said before, guys, it's to me. I feel like at the end of the day, the Indiana Fever they had one of the most impressive off seasons, and they took their time in the draft. They didn't reach. They stayed pat, and they went because you got to think the Golden State Valkyries started it off in the first round by shaking the draft up with that pick, and then everything else starting to shake down the line because teams like, okay, they picking this person, they picking that person. Should we move up in the draft? Should we stay pat? And if you start reaching, then you might miss out a player that could really have an impact on your team. So at the end of the day, it's what it is. Oh yeah, we have to meet up at a Fever game, and it definitely is. I definitely gonna be there for All Star Weekend, so I'm definitely gonna be there. But I'm gonna try to be at a regular season game either before the All Star break or after the All Star break. So just stay tuned to the channel. All I can say is stay tuned to the channel. Check out my videos. Like I said, if you have not been joined to become a member, do so because I'm gonna keep y'all locked in as always. As always. But man, it's great hanging out with y'all. Expect for me to do more live streams when the season come in, especially when preseason. I'm gonna be, going up, looking at the game, talk about some stuff here I see there. Feel free to chime in. So I'm gonna continue to do some more live streams and bring some great content to y'all as always. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. So check out my follow-up video later on, and then we discuss it in the future. But until then, guys, Livewire Sports, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.